She asked me for one last night with her ex before our wedding, and I said yes. Not because I was okay with it, but because I needed to see with my own eyes who she really was before I gave her my entire life. We'd been engaged for 10 months. I thought I knew her. I thought we were past the doubts, the fears, the testing. We had a house we were moving into after the honeymoon. My parents had spent a fortune on the venue, and she'd picked out the dress months ago. Everything was locked in. Final, supposedly. Then, one evening just 2 weeks before the wedding, she came to me with a request. It wasn't even masked with guilt. No tears, no breakdown, just a calm, awkwardly worded conversation that went something like, "There's something I need for closure. Something to make sure I'm really ready for this step with you." I thought she was going to tell me she needed therapy or that she felt distant and wanted to reconnect with me before we got married. But no, she said she needed to spend one night with her ex. One night, no strings, just clarity, she claimed. I froze. I asked her if she was joking. She said she wasn't, that she respected me enough to ask instead of hiding it, that if I truly loved her, I'd understand. Understand what? That she wasn't done with someone else? I sat there in silence, trying to process what was happening. My fiancée, my supposed future wife, was asking for permission to sleep with someone she used to love, a man she told me she was over, a man who cheated on her and left her broken years ago. I asked why now? Why bring this up 2 weeks before we're meant to say vows? She said, because I don't want to wonder. I want to be fully present with you forever. That was her logic. She wanted to drag the past into the present so she could step into the future freely. I don't know what came over me in that moment. Maybe it was rage. Maybe it was detachment. Maybe some part of me had already given up. But I said, yes. I said, okay, if that's what you need, go ahead. She blinked, surprised. She asked, really? I nodded. Really? She leaned over, kissed my cheek like it was some romantic agreement, then whispered, "Thank you for understanding." That was the last time she ever saw me. She thought she was getting closure. What she got was abandoned. The next morning, while she was off chasing clarity in someone else's bed, I was already packing. I left the apartment, canceled everything in my name, flights, my suit, hotel bookings for my side of the family. Then I called the venue, told them the wedding was off. They asked if the bride would confirm as well. I said, give her until tomorrow. She'll understand. I didn't argue. I didn't scream. I didn't post anything online. I didn't even call her. I just disappeared. The silence was my answer to her request. I blocked her on everything. Changed my number. My friend said I was being cold. That I owed her a conversation. That if I really loved her, I should have at least explained. But no, I didn't owe her anything after that. Because when someone asks for a final night with their past while you're standing at the door to their future, they've already made their choice. They just want you to approve the betrayal. I just chose not to validate it. Later, I heard from one of her friends that she was a mess, that when she came back and found the apartment empty, she thought we'd been robbed. Then she realized it was just me, gone. She tried reaching out to my parents, sent letters to my office, made a post online about how I abandoned her without warning, how she made one mistake. But it wasn't a mistake. It was a request, a conscious choice to disrespect everything we built. And now she'll never get the wedding photos, never wear the dress she loved so much, never know where I went or why I disappeared without a goodbye. Because the moment she chose to give herself to her ex one more time, she gave me every reason not to be her husband.